So we all want to become spiritual, and we all want that there should be some easy way to become spiritual in our life. So today we will discuss about ABCD of spirituality. How we can start and increase our spirituality. So A stand for attention. Pay attention to even small things and remain always alert. Aim of our life should be anything which is happening in our life is not because of chance. Everything which is happening in our life is because of law of karma. Law of karma is as sure as law of gravity. So if we pay attention to minor things and see hand of God in minor things, we will become spiritual. Another A to remember is associate with people who are good, people who are spiritual. If you associate with people who are spiritual, definitely you will become spiritual. As there is saying that we are as smart as 5 people around us. So we are as spiritual as 5 people around us. Association can be of 2 types. We cannot definitely associate with masters of spirituality every day, but we can associate them through the books, through their lectures, through their sermons. So whatever path of spirituality you are following, try to associate with person who has mastered it, because that preceptor or master can increase your level of consciousness. Now after finishing A of spirituality, we come to the B of spirituality. B of spirituality is definitely books, because anyone who wants to become spiritual has to gather some knowledge. He cannot say that, okay, I don't want to read any books, but I want to become spiritual. So read spiritual books. And also B stands for the beauty. Any beauty you see around yourself in this world, and if it reminds you of God, then you are becoming spiritual. So any beautiful thing, any beautiful flower, any beautiful sunrise, it should remind you of God. We should also be in present. If you are not in present, if you always dwell either in the past and lament about it, or we dwell in the future and become anxious about it, we can never remain spiritual. So one should be in present. If we remain in present, then we will become spiritual. So B stands for books, beauty around us as hand of God, and being in presence. Now we come to C. C is most important. C means we should develop compassion in our dealings. We should open our heart, mind and soul to the pain and suffering in the world. If pain and suffering around you doesn't move you and doesn't make you to do something for it, then you are not spiritual. Then your spirituality is just a show bottle spiritualism. So spirituality means doing something. It is not just sitting idle and trying to control mind. So we have to develop compassion. We have to see everyone as a compassionate human being, and not only to the human beings. Our compassion should extend to even animals, even to the plants, even to the ecology around us. If we remain compassionate and we open our heart, mind and soul to the pain and suffering around us, then we will do something about it. So spirituality means doing what we call in Sanskrit as seva. So try to do some seva. Try to do something to elevate the sufferings of the people. Either it is hunger or it is suffering in the sense of they are suffering because of some economic reasons or social outcasting. We should try to improve their condition. C is also for developing connections. So what is connection? We should be able to see that how our life is actually intimately related to people around us, to the things around us. We should not feel that I am an island in midst of all this chaos. Actually, we are fully part of all this chaos which is around us. So we should try to develop connections with people around us. Try to develop connection with the things around us. And be mindful about their presence. Many times we are not mindful of things around us. and we take them for granted, either people or relationship. So we should try to develop connections. C is also for chanting. Chanting means chanting some mantra so that we can control our mind. Mantra means man plus tra, like something which can control our mind. And in present scenario, we all see that everybody is having lot of high IQs. They have lot of EQs also. They are trying to remain successful in life. But something untoward happens in their life, and because that unsettling feeling, sometimes they commit suicide. Sometimes they leave everything and become depressed. Why it is happening? Because their IQ and EQ is good, but their SQ is not good. SQ is a spiritual quotient. So how we can increase our SQ or spiritual quotient? By chanting mantras. And D is for devotion. Anybody who wants to become spiritual has to develop devotion around something. And devotion around Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best way to develop our devotional attitude. So we should express our feelings, whether they are good or whether so-called bad. We should express all our feelings of devotion towards God. So D stands for devotion. D also stands for diet. Because if you are sensitive and you want to develop your sensitivity, then you should be very careful about what you are taking. Diet in Sanskrit is known as ahar. Ahar not only means what we eat through our mouth, ahar also means what we see through our eyes. Ahar also means what we hear through our ears. So any sensory input which we take in our life can modify our feeling and consciousness. So if you want to develop your spirituality, then your diet should be very proper and very carefully crafted. And E is for enthusiasm. When we are doing all these ABCDs, then many times we will feel like, okay, why should I do all these endeavor? Why not leave everything and return to my old way of living, which I am accustomed to, which I am conditioned to? But we should remain enthusiastic. So E is for enthusiasm. If we remain enthusiastic, then all these ABCDs we will be able to follow. Because spirituality is like sowing a seed. When we sow a seed, it doesn't become a tree overnight. You have to water it, you have to protect it from weeds, you have to protect it from wild animals. Same way is our spirituality. When we are trying to develop spirituality, there will be many negativities around us which will hamper our spiritual progress. And on those trying times, we will have to develop and keep our enthusiasm. And how our enthusiasm will come? Our enthusiasm will come and remain because of association. So this completes our circle. We started from A, that is association, and we came to enthusiasm. And to maintain enthusiasm, we have to again go to A. So this is in brief the ABCD of spirituality. If you follow this ABCD, within no time you will see that you are becoming more and more mindful. You are able to take care of your urges, what we call as Vegas, very well, and you will become more serene, peaceful, and able to concentrate and develop devotion in your heart. Thank you so much for patiently listening.